posts with the intention of showcasing both our modern and ancient mitos y leyendas, so that's like myths and legends, by juxtaposing them against one another, against one of the greatest stories ever told, comma, the Odyssey. Okay, so what does juxtaposing mean, and what strategy did you use to determine the meaning of this word? So you can look back at your entrance taken to write that in, or come off mute, or what are you thinking? I'm going to check out some answers right now, and you can come off mute or put those in the chat.
Can I say what I think, teacher?
Mm-hmm.
I think it means like putting or like placing, like putting together.
Yeah, kind of, for sure. How'd you come up to with that answer, Kenya?
I don't know. I just read it and I think, I mean, it just like made sense.
Yeah, it does. You could, if you're putting, so one way you could do that is like by putting them against one of the greatest stories. Is that what you kind of like
Placing them
traded in
again.
that word? No, go ahead. Sorry.
No, like placing them again.
Yeah, that makes sense. Good. I like that. Did anyone else kind of get something similar? Cherry said closer together against each other. I like that word that you used, Cherish, by saying against, because that kind of makes me think of when we compare and contrast two words. I like that a lot. Let me check out some of the entrance tickets. Text or movie is about that main idea. So then we're going to compare it to theme. We're going to juxtapose it to theme. That's our word today. Here's our theme definition, which hopefully this sounds very familiar because it's theme we've been working on for the last couple months. Theme, remember everyone, this is a refresher, is the life lesson, the author's message, or the moral of the story. So if we're considering everyone our text summary at the Mariposas, we found themes like don't always judge something by its appearance, right? That was one big theme. Let's think of another theme that we use a lot. A theme could just be like always practice respect for yourself and others. That is a theme that we can apply to a lot of different books and texts. So themes are very general statements, while central ideas are very specific to only one text or story or movie. Theme, just reminders, it's not the central idea, right? It's not the same as topic, and one story can have multiple themes that are often recognizable and repeated. There's throughout literature. So here is our central idea versus theme. This is a good way to look at them side by side in comparison. Central ideas, if you look at this bold writing right down here, is specific and unique to the text or story. This is not a message or a lesson that can be applied to you and me. It's just kind of like a one sentence summary. That's super important. Well, theme, everyone, is a more general term that can be applied to people in life, not just the characters in the text, in the story or the text. Ruben and Leilani and Carmen and Alejandro and Manaya, that's wonderful. If you haven't chatted in yet, that you're ready to go. Okay, thanks, Jonathan. Good to go. All right, sounds good. Okay, I'll keep moving from this. So then this is a good, this will help make the central idea versus theme concept a little more concrete. So let's take, for example, The Lion King, right? And if we are finding the theme of The Lion King versus the central idea, if you see in this top box, the theme of The Lion King would be, there's two. It's something that everyone can relate to. This is two statements that can be applied to you and me. So the first statement says, everyone has to leave childhood behind in order to face adult responsibilities. That is true. That is a scary reality that you will have to go into. And then that second statement that says, what is done deceitful will always be discovered. So those are two theme statements. So there you see my cursor moving over. And then we're going to switch gears and let's talk about the central idea of The Lion King. So this is something that's very specific to the story, and all details in the text specifically support this central idea. So this is just like a one sentence kind of very brief summary. And here it is. The central idea is that a young lion cub grows up to defeat his evil uncle and is able to reclaim the kingdom. Right? So let's see. Questions or comments on this? I just put this in on my screen if you can see this, and let's do a quick check for understanding. You can privately chat in. What is the difference between central idea and theme? I really like Jose D, what you wrote in the chat. Jose D, will you come off of mute and share that to the class, please?
So, I mean, the theme is like a life lesson. It teaches you a life lesson, like real life events, and the central idea it just resumes the story.
Yeah, perfect. That's awesome. Thank you for putting that. Who else kind of went along with what Jose D said and said theme is like the lesson? Yeah. Good. Thanks, Carmen, for putting that in. Yeah, Elijah, I like what you wrote. Elijah, will you come off mute and share what you wrote as well?
Okay. I put central idea is like the details in the story. Theme is like something in the story is evolved around like a lesson.
Perfect. Absolutely. Awesome. Yep. Orlando agrees with that. Aitza agrees. That's great. Aitza also put it's a theme is something we can compare to our life. So theme is something that is more meaningful to us and other people, while central ideas in a story only really apply to the story. Thank you, Cherish, for adding that you agree. Awesome. Thank you, Elijah and Jose D. That was wonderful for coming off mute and sharing those. We're going to watch a quick short film like we've been doing. And instead of identifying the plot of a short film like we did last time, you are going to identify the central ideas and the theme, and then the central conflict, meaning the central problems. So, how you're going to record your thoughts, everyone, is going to be in this Padlet. And I'm going to share this in the chat. If you look at my screen, here's our Padlet. You are going just to click on this plus bar and then add comments of what you think the central idea of our short film is, what you think the theme is, and there can be more than one. The central conflict, meaning the problems, and if you have any other questions or comments. Cute. Some people have said that they've seen this before, which I'm sure a lot of you have seen the short films I will show. But that was our quick short film for today. Now you can take a moment, think it over. You're going to jump into that Padlet link that I sent in the chat, and I'll send it again.